I'm working on it. And I'm planning to work and bring this paper in the form of book. So it's called Theory of Environmental Justice and Judicial Ethics. And in my first speech as well, I mentioned that today we are moving forward towards global governance. And this is the topic what I discussed in the beginning, and again in this paper I'm going to say it. One sentence I'm mentioning in my second paragraph in this paper, you could have a look at that. Nature does not follow any political or legal boundaries. So, if any accidents, for example, happen in India with foreign delegates who is not Indian, going back to his country, and he creates trouble from there, not filing a case in Indian judiciary system, but he's filing a case in Poland to the Indian embassy. So he's filing a case through Indian embassy rather than to being in India to the judiciary system. It's a different scenario. Because for any incident which is happening, case is supposed to be filed under that jurisdiction. Does not take place. Then few of you ask the question about United Nations and all. Then this international cooperation questions raised. Are you going to sort it out? Second question was in front of me because I'm interacting these days with many students from abroad. So as you know that I'm teaching at Lazarski University, which is one of the international universities in Poland, and I have seen many students coming from Ukraine. Have you heard the situation is in Ukraine? Are you aware about the Ukraine situation? Right. So many students, they come from Ukraine to my university for study. Poland, today, Poland has the largest number of international students from Ukraine. And the second largest number of international students in Poland, they are from Belarus. So the Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, then you have Lithuania, Bulgaria, Hungary, these countries, their students, they come to Poland for study. What was the purpose? Purpose is European Union, 27 countries access. So you get admission in Poland and you have free travel to all 27, 28 countries. And that kind of access is letting you also to be a criminal or to commit a crime, not just in one country, but out of these 7 countries. Then, again, you get admission in Poland, you study in Poland, in your short term vacation, you went to Germany, you went to UK, and you commit some crime there and you come back. Where you will be punished? Who will punish you? Germany or Poland? Because there is no border. This is free border. You commit a crime in Bihar and you come to UP. You commit a crime in Jaipur, you go to Jharkhand. There is no border control. Similar things are happening in European Union. Then, what is the situation of judiciary? Who will take action against you? This was the question in front of me. The second question was in front of me before beginning this research, and still it is in my mind when I'm making this research, that these illegal issues, what I raised in my first speech, illegal migrants. You bombard in Syria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Morocco, not Morocco, Iraq, Afghanistan, and these people, they want to escape anyhow from their country to reach to European Union. Why? Because European Union has been identified as advocating for human rights. Then what happened next? When they analyze, in the first panel we discussed about that, when you give justice, you need to be prepared for your knowledge, honesty, and when you come to society, you deliver your wantness, what you want. And in a similar way, people will deliver to you. In that case, migrants' case, European Union or Americans or Russians, they were prepared to control these natural resources from Syria or Libya or Tunisia. But they were not prepared for the second question, that it could happen that by destroying their countries, these people will revert back to them. So there was no such institutions who can tackle them. Right? That was lacking behind, and this is the collapsing question today. This was the second question. Now, if you are fighting such questions that you are a citizen of India, you are a citizen of Ukraine, you are a citizen of Tunisia, you are a citizen of Syria, you are flying around the world, and then some incidents are happening, who is responsible for that? Which government, which judiciary system can take action against you, or you can take action against them? Third point. We have seen a, what you call, environmental justice. Again, this is the hardest topic discussed around the world. Just we have finished a meeting in Paris, right? And we agreed, when we say we, United Nations member states. So all of us, first it happened since 1970s. It was 1972 when Indira Gandhi presented her point of view in the conference, first conference on environmental issues. And she raised the question that you should discuss on the topic maximum utilization of the natural resources. What it means? I mentioned these things in my first speech as well. Developed countries, for example, go to the Indian street. You find a car, and in car, you will find at least 3 to 4 people sitting there, and you're driving this car. Even motorbike, you're driving, at least 2 people you are sitting on motorbike. Most of the time it happens. You go to USA, you go to Europe, what you will see? 1 car, 1 man or 1 woman. Maximum 2. But normally, average, you will find 1. So 1 car driven by them. Who is using maximum resources? Developing countries or underdeveloping countries or developed countries? So before that, there was again question that who is using maximum resources and polluting max? They are supposed to be responsible to bring the justice among developing and developed nations by sharing what? Financial help, technological help. So because you are developed, you have technology, you need to support developing or underdeveloping countries, develop their technology through which they can reduce the carbon emission and environmental pollution can be controlled. So these are the 3 areas what I discussed in my paper especially. Mostly I'm talking about the migration sense. Second sense I'm talking about environmental sense. And the third I'm talking about jurisdiction, which is not giving you a border. So today there is no jurisdiction of India, or there is no jurisdiction of Ukraine, there is no jurisdiction of Syria. So when these people, they cross the border, after crossing border, where you can file a case. For example, hundreds of thousands of people, they cross Europe. And what happened? Hungary, as a first country, they put fences on the border. Europe, which is known for human rights, they block the border by stopping you to not have food, not have clothes, not have anything. The small kids, temperature is in minus 12, minus 15, and they're living there. What about the human rights? Do they have right to go to Geneva Convention and make a file against that country, Hungary? They don't have right there. This was the second question. Third question, the latest we have seen in the Denmark, the same month on 7th, I don't know, I'm writing some adjective date when I was completing this paper. In January 27th August, there was a new law passed in Denmark against asylum seekers, which is totally against the Geneva Convention for the refugee or the asylum seekers. You go through it and you'll find it. So these are the issues what I'm raising, and by raising these issues, I'm asking also today, there is no question of a national justice when you talk about a global citizenship, when you talk about the global emission, when you talk about environmental pollution, when you talk about the crime which is cybercrime, then you need to think about a global governance where you can go, where you can approach, and who can give you surety that yes, you will get justice. Someone destroyed your home in Syria, so if you are entering there, we will provide you the proper home to stay. And that is the conclusion first time it happened, the social justice has been done on the one topic, what you call environmental justice, by output taken from Paris Convention. And I was still waiting that these things to move on further and we can work on it and hope in coming days we will have a safe future. Thank you so much.